desktop 1, minimize, and I close this, and everything should be correct. Yeah, also activate VR mode, play. So, do you like the new camera view? I made it vertical because now that I'm showing the entire setup, it makes more sense. It was squarish when I had to put my face at the center of it, but since my face is invisible in any case, I said, why the hell not? Let's make it rectangular. It seems to frame better the action of myself. Also, I like the idea of showing the pedals, the rudder of the plane, so you can tell what sort of inputs I'm giving to it. Probably will make the stream more engaging, especially during the more complex combat phases. And now we're starting up. I will try as always to start with the American planes if I can find a match, otherwise we'll see what we have. I bought a few stuff thanks to the recent sales they had on planes and modules, and now I have most of the American Tier 3 fighters. Maybe it's called ERA 3 fighters, yeah, tiers are for World of Tanks. Let's see what it gives me. Ah, well, nice, 150. Now, when you use these boosters, it's a bit problematic in simulation mode, because sometimes he puts you in a match that is almost over, and then you waste them. Let's hope it doesn't happen today, because I'd love to finish unlocking the modules for these new parents. In any case, it's starting immediately. Yesterday I thought to use the day I was streaming. Hey Alex, ciao! Ah no, he's commenting on another post of mine. He's a friend. No, as I was saying, yesterday I thought of showing DCS, so I went and tried that strange chat application they have for the radio. I start with a classic, let's go with the P47. And there is a combat on the ground, cool, so we can use the bombs I unlocked. I thought of going with DCS and the controls. Wait a second. Controls. Import from file. This one, yeah, I played arcade mode for unlocking stuff. So it took me like the best part of an hour to actually set up the thing. You had to put it in administrator mode. There were so many tests I had to do about the damn thing. And then when I finally make it work, I discovered that practically no player uses it on any active server. So I finally find a guy that helps me testing it and basically uses the chat application to tell me, no guy, listen, it's useless, almost no one, only the oldest players still use that thing. So okay, practically I discovered that DCS has no voice chat unless you have friends to speak with on Discord, but I don't know about that again, seriously. It doesn't seem very fitting for streaming. There are too many pauses in the action. Hey McDaniel, thank you for liking my post. So it's a shame really, because it's a very realistic and engaging plane simulation game, but it's more of something you play alone when you have a lot of time. It's not as fitting for streaming like this. This has much more action. So having these 3 huge bombs, my idea was to drop them on something before starting air combat, also because the Jag isn't the fastest to accelerate plane. Let's see how it goes. Already I see a lot of combat. Case in point, you see how what time it is. Sometimes you have slow matches, but most of the time action is all around you. Especially these days. There's a lot of people online in simulation mode lately. Or maybe I just finally noticed because I played so much. Also, another thing I changed, now I'm playing at 120 FPS. You can tell it from the... Actually it's running at 60, because it's using reprojection to basically double the output. It's a technology for VR, you probably know it. Let's see what is there. And it's much more fluid, it looks a lot better. These are enemy bunkers, right? Okay, we can bomb one of these. But there's also... These are ground attack planes, are they friendly or foe? I think they're enemies. No, they're friends, okay. So, the bunkers... This is the bunker, yeah. The bunkers are enemy, yeah. Let's go and drop this bomb. There's also ground emplacements, it seems. Okay, with the bombs that the Jag carries, we're going to do a lot of damage. And bomb, 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 bomb. Yes, nice, good beginning. 2 kills. And let's see what we have in terms of enemy fighters. There's also an air objective, but the point of this plane is that you have to fly higher. I will try to... Hey Nix! You like it? Ah, I'm glad hearing it. I was testing a new format, because in the end, as I was saying to the stream, it doesn't make sense to have it rectangular like it was when I'm no longer showing the face but the entire setup. So let me take a good look. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, you also tried to suggest it to me. I eventually understood what you meant. It was a good idea. Also, another thing, I used the digital zoom of the actual camera driver earlier to do this, but it had a problem. I don't know why. I have a cheap camera from Microsoft. It's one of the... I think it's not entry level, maybe it's slightly above that, but it doesn't cost much. In any case, when you use the digital zoom, somehow it breaks the automatic setup of exposure. So it becomes dark after a while, and you notice only when it's too late. Yesterday I had a stream with the rally game. Basically, the first part you could see me. Then near the end, when the lighting in the room changed, only it was a black square in practice. It was horrible, and I'm not going to do that again because now I know that I better not use digital zoom. So Nix, are you playing War Thunder today? Would rock to play together for a change. And sorry, yesterday. If I had known you would play War Thunder, I would have started with that my stream as well. We've had a lot of fun the last time. Well, and speaking about the last time we played for a length of time. Yeah, it's always dark. I don't know, man. We're having terrible weather here these days. So the sun basically never comes out. I only have a lamp at the moment. We're in the objective. Okay, I want to go higher though. I want to stay... What was it, Nix? At least 3000? Maybe 3005. With the jug. Ah, you're working. Of course you are. Even the day after Christmas, man. You're so busy. I'm sorry. Okay, we will have an occasion, I bet. And well, it takes his time to gain altitude, but now I'm pretty high. Here's something interesting. This looks like a big enemy bomber. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. And actually I should be careful how I approach it, because it seems to have pretty powerful rear turrets, and even front turrets. What is that? We're against Germans. Ah, so it's the big one that killed me yesterday. These are very, very dangerous. Let's try to be higher than him before doing the run. Okay, Nix. See you in a while. He was also incredibly fast. Ooh! Already you come and bother me. Who was it? Who was it? Here you are. I think. Should have been him. Yes, indeed. It's a twin-engine plane. Probably it's the Henkel. This killed me more than once. Holy hell. They can turn for being so big. That's a piece of my plane, by the way. He wants to go frontal like that. I think I can accelerate faster if I go downward. Yeah, but projection is bad at this moment. I basically see double. I have to go back to 90 Hz, I think. Got the jump of me. There's a guy helping me though. Let's ask for airports. Did he come out of the town? Yeah. He's running away from the other guy, it seems. He's extending his distance. That thing is fast. Now he's coming back from the top. Well, maybe I can shoot it once or twice. There's another one. No, okay, it's an Hellcat. Here you are. I'm damaged, but I still can maneuver pretty well. Didn't do serious damage, even though I'm losing oil. And also the other guy is chasing him. We're 3 against 1, what the hell? We should win, I mean. Already they damaged him. Look how he's maneuvering. These crazy ankle pilots. Here you come into my sight, finally. No. Okay, they got him. Well, at least he didn't get me. Now I'll have to go and repair though. I'm not sure about the maneuverability of this Jag, I don't know. If I was in a Mustang, I would have easily killed him. Even though he shot first. He also broke my Naked Lady decal. As you can see, there's a hole right on top of the lady. How can you dare? Let's go and repair. No, it's closer that way, I think. Also, what are these? Let's look at the objective. Protect the attackers. Okay, they must be friendly attackers. Heading straight for base. There's nothing much I can do. Completely took me by surprise. At least I bombed something on this sort. It wasn't completely useless. But I can still maneuver well. I mean, if I do see an enemy in that midst, since I'm close to base, and if my engine gives, I can still glide to it. I could even try to engage. I should be also a pretty good bait with all the smoke I'm currently leaving behind me. Not that I can see it, but there's a lot of smoke behind me. So these are the friendly attackers. Also, the gun on the Jag worked very well on unarmored ground targets, so that could be another possible target of opportunity. Let's see what I can find, while still, of course, heading back to base. But this is the friendly troops now. I should go off course. Wait a second. Ah, no, it's friendly, okay. Good, because I was in very bad alignment. No, let's go to base. I will also reduce the refresh rate of the headset, because as I said, it does a lot of reprojection. Let's go 80 Hz. I tested it yesterday, it shouldn't break the stream, or so I hope. Because in any case, when you're streaming, you don't have the resources to go with higher refresh rates. But let me know if something went bad. I don't think so. It should still look good. Here's the airport. Is someone shooting me? What's up with tracking today? It gets out of alignment, I don't know. An easy touchdown. Well, some bounces never hurt, as they say. What am I going? It's still quite fast. This plane is faster than you would think, especially when you go downwards. 200. Yeah, basically I ran out of an airbase. Should still count for a landing, I think. I was much faster than I thought. And now I broke it. Okay, so that's the best landing I could possibly have imagined. I wonder if they'll be able to repair it, and actually they will. In 44 seconds, never would have thought it possible. That's the best landing. Well, at least it doesn't count for a death, I mean. Let's take a look at the stream. And also reset my sitting position. Yeah. Well, it sounds horrible, but actually I haven't broken the plane. Can you imagine it? Yeah, it's been repaired in 25 seconds. Sometimes this game isn't very realistic. Also, it keeps doing the terrible crash sound. Just another 15 seconds. I haven't landed much in the Jag. Usually they shoot me down with this thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back to business. Back to business, where I will now select something better, I hope. Can I spawn in the Mustang finally? Indeed I can. Okay, now we're reasoning. Now we are reasoning. Objective, protect the allied attackers, destroy the enemy convoy. I just take off from the same place. The stream is working, yes. It certainly seems so. Now I got the hang of taking off with this thing. Originally I crashed all the time. You have to have a very soft touch. It's an extremely twitchy plane, especially when you're not going fast, but it's much better than what I was flying earlier. Someone needs backup, he says, so they must be fighting there. Probably it's the Hanker guy that is back. Let's go and look. Now with this we can also fight at low altitude, and that's good, since it seems most of the combat is at low altitude today. Or any day, really. People really don't like to fly up high in War Thunder. And that includes many times also myself. This being the reason I do start to like the Mustang. Only problem with flying low altitude in this thing is that you can easily lose control and spin to the ground. That thing looks interesting. Oh, it's fun, okay. Yeah, it's Skane. That's another VR streamer. I've seen him on Twitch once. So he's on my side today. Already has 3 kills. Skane 79. It's about the same age as me. Slightly older. Let's see what is online. No, I don't know any of these other guys. That could in theory be an enemy scouting the front lines. Overflying the troops. Full speed ahead. No, it's an RP-47 Jag. That's the enemy, I think. Yeah, it's the Hanker. Well, it's an anchor, since there were at least a couple. But now I'm driving the right plane, and I don't think he can turn as well as me. Indeed he cannot. Look at this. Look at this. Haha. How do you like it now, Mr. Anchor? And of course he comes crashing into me. I still got the kill though, because I had hit him. He also had hit me, so it's a kill each. A life for a life. Well, from a score department, these are good. I mean, I score from it. Could have been worse. Besides, you've got the bigger plane. Why do you turn the plane to me? It's predictable that it would end like this. He really was looking for trouble. I also unlocked this, but it's almost stock. In any case, since I see so many big planes, probably I can do something with the lightning. Let's try. I think I only upgraded the radiator and something such not very important. Seems to have powerful armament though. Yesterday I tried it extensively in a long match. Always simulation mode. What the hell is this? Teleporting planes. This is easy to take off in because the two propellers counter-rotate. Hi Nix, look what I'm doing. I want to be crazy today. I'm flying in the Lightning. It's the slightly better one. There's a lot of ankles about. Stuff with twin engine, big planes, so I thought I might take also the big one. Yeah, Skane is online. Skane. He's in a squadron, by the way. R4T. I wonder if he's also streaming. I think so. He streams my same times, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go towards the ground objective. I mean the air objective. So I bombed a couple of things with the Jag up to now, and then crashed myself into an ankle that was really looking for trouble. We killed one on another. At least I did get a kill. Let's see how the match evolves now. It can still go either way. Yeah, I know this. Must be lag, I don't know. Do you know any of these other guys? Personally, I don't. Schmitz, that's me. That's a strange name. So many guys with the axe, the axe emoji, the weapon, I mean. I wonder what it means. Probably Nix knows. You see them all the time in War Thunder. So, I must say, I would have thought this plane to be faster. I mean, it's called the Lightning. Probably I have to upgrade it. Even though it's big, it has two pretty hefty engines. Basically, it's like two planes in one. And yet, it rarely goes over 500, at least in my experience. The axe, you know, like the one the Vikings used. Or maybe also an heavy metal symbol. The axe. You know what I mean. I'm not sure about the pronunciation. It's either X or Axe. Seems a bit out of place in this setting, and yet many people use it in their names. It's slow as hell. Look at this. Doesn't even reach. If I go in a slight dive, then I can go 500. So that's the reason. You mean you have to pay more to use it? Maybe it means your squadron is more rich in a way. Or rather more simply that you have money to spend on something silly like that. Should we go and check that thing? Oh wait, I don't want to go for a dive yet. Let's try to gain altitude. I like the mirror on this plane. It's very well placed. And what is this? What is this? Two planes heading towards friendly territory. Okay, they're friends. So let's take a look at the other one. Where was it? Here it is. It's in the direction of the objective in any case, so that's where I was going. Someone asking for help above the ground battle, but we're heading another direction. And let's go for a steep dive. This is attacking. It's attacking in enemy territory, so probably it's a friend, but you never know. Yeah, it's just a Firefly. Mr. Klaus, very in line with the season. Klaus himself. Shouldn't he be busy? Well, not. Now most of his job is done today. Mr. Klaus. Okay, that's very interesting. These are red tracers, right? So the enemy should be the one on the right. Need backup, need backup. He's someone that's bombing probably the the ground troops, and now he's in danger of being intercepted. Okay, the thing on top is now damaged and leaving behind quite a bit of smoke. I wonder why that is going downward like that. Did he kill him with the rear gunner? Seems likely at this time. You can unlock it. Your squadron reach before 100. Top 10 in overall squadron. No, it's not destroyed. So let's hope I interpreted things correctly, because if so, this is the enemy. And let's see. Well, I'm going faster. Not that fast, but in any case faster than him. But why did he relent the pursuit? I don't understand. Maybe he was damaged by the rear gunner. It's the big bomber. Now I'm a big target also, but my guns are pretty powerful. That I know from yesterday. Let's try to snipe him a bit. Big target indeed. Big target indeed. To the point that it actually has broken a part of my wing, and now I'm also dead. But I'm dead from a guy that came from behind. A guy in a P-47, if you can imagine it. Probably a premium plane. Completely surprised me. I was looking ahead. No, but I don't like that thing. I must say, every time I take it, I get disappointed. Let's go back to the Mustang. Quite disappointing. Okay, Nix, thank you. Do it. I will certainly appreciate it. Now let's try also to be up to the task of this stream, since up to now I haven't done much. But it's bound to improve. First thing first, let's pick a fully upgraded plane, not strange things like that. It's always so annoying to stock grind the planes. Unfortunately, it comes with the very nature of these games. Hi MK, thank you for liking my post. I like your terminology. I'm going to fire a large salvo. Very thematically appropriate. Okay, let's try to change our luck. I haven't had very good luck lately when I play these games. Lucas Kane is good, already 2 kills. I got an assistance though. Or maybe that's the completed objective. He can still improve the score. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not going to lose my good op. And also increase altitude, because that's the most important thing. I keep to repeating it to myself because I tend to forget it. Okay, already we're back to action. There's a lot of action on this server today. Well, it's almost the end of the battle, I mean. That's understandable. Protect the Allied, destroy the enemy, win air supremacy in C4. Okay, that's just the air supremacy objective. It's probably the final one of the battle. We might win. I think we should win the battle. Especially if I can help and conquer this place. Okay, I'll go towards these 2 guys, because there is one that probably needs help. I think the one on the right is Fran. Indeed it was, indeed. And where the heck? Okay. Look how the Mustang turns. This is a real fighter. A real dog fighter, I mean. Very much unlike the Lightning. And to think I've read so many good things about that plane, but maybe I should upgrade it before resting my case. This should be my kill. Let's see. This plane needs good aim though, because the cannons fire at a reduced rate. Okay. All you take is one shot. One shot, destroy. That's the power of the Hispano guns. One shot. It's basically the AVP of the War Thunder World, speaking in Counter-Strike terms. Such an interesting and difficult to use plane, but it's powerful indeed. In the right hand, you can change the tide of battle. Here you come. Now he's escaping to the right. There's a Spitfire helping. That's good. That's good. Ooh, he's maneuvering well, this guy. We're 3 on 1 by this time, though. No, 4 on 1. Poor guy. I feel sorry for him. What can he do? Let's see if I can get the bird. AVP as well. Double sniper shot. And now we're starting to read a trick here. Also, you save a lot of ammo with these guns. All it takes is one shot, I mean. The old guard. So many guys from the old guard today. And to think I hated this plane at first. Thank you, Nix. 2 in a row. Maybe you didn't see the other one. I'm rather liking your beloved Mustang now after some period of acclimatization. How is it said? I was just speaking about how much I love this plane. Quite a discovery, because when you play the Russian and the Soviet line, what I did up to now, all the planes are mostly the same. Yeah, finally I learned. Thank you, Nix. You're too kind. The Russian planes really fly one like another, whereas the American ones are very different from one another. And for instance, I hate some, but this one I like. The first thing I had to learn, and that's also my suggestion for the viewers if you want to attempt flying this thing in simulation mode, is to not pull the stick too much. The moment you pull the stick too much, it goes into a spin and it's very dangerous. You either lose the pursuit or just crash into the ground. That's an enemy, right, Nix? I don't know about it, seriously. Let's try to accelerate more and check it out. And this fights well at low altitude, which is the best thing for me since I always fly low altitude. I'm the sparrow of the battlefield, not the eagle. Yeah, that's an enemy, I mean, that looks like an enemy to me. Let's start fire a bit just to give him something to worry about. Maybe he'll make a mistake. Ah! I grazed him. And now comes... No! No! You fucker! Come on! I can do that turn, I can do any turn in this thing. Ah, are you losing control, my man? That's someone who knows very well the limit of his plane. He's flying to the very edge of stall. You don't see it that often with German planes, and in fact, here comes the fucking spin. Okay. She's a bitch at first, indeed she is. Once you understand her, know her. She's a blast to fly, yeah, indeed, Nix. I agree, wholeheartedly. And now, unfortunately, I've lost that was a Focke-Wulf, right? I think it was, by the squarish wings. Look at that. Where did he go? Damn it, I damaged him. Here he comes back. No, I cannot go to these planes, because now he's coming with a revenge in mind. Santa's little helper. Help me, Santa little helper. I hope it's not Satan's little helper. That would suck. Ooh, he's really angry. They got him, they got him. He was going so slow for trying to fool me. There's another one though. The final phases of the battles are always like this in simulation mode. Everyone goes to the same place. And it gets more and more hectic. Let's go if I can kill steal him. Well, actually he's the one keeps stealing him from me. We've been fighting for a while, I mean. No, okay, you got it. Oh look, Skane is here. Hi Skane. I wonder if there is someone who's watching both me and him. He's on Twitch, by the way. Ooh, I'm overeating. No, I'm leaking oil actually. Or am I overeating? No, I'm not leaking because no one hit me. Just overeating. Okay, it's back to business. Was my ammo still good? Still good. Let's see if I can find. There is too much slack on the cable. I don't know what the hell happened. I'll have to take a look at it, but not now. I think sometimes there is basically it's a keychain retractable that pulls the cable to the ceiling, and sometimes the part that keeps the cable up moves in a wrong way. I think that's what happened. I'll have to go and look. 6. What do you mean, Nix? No, I call you 6. Nix 6. I'm not sure about what he means. There isn't still much time on this battle. Protect the light attackers, destroy the enemy convoy. Okay, nothing that pertains to our particular interests. That could be in theory attack, but let's go a bit up. My god, it's overreading again. You have to be careful. This is an inline engine, right, Nix? I think so. So it overheats easily. You see where I put the decal on this plane, much closer and safer from enemy fire. No one's going to shoot up my naked lady decal this time. The all-powerful apple of the American Air Forces. Apparently from the 1st Pursuit Squadron of I don't know what theater. I think you need some more altitude. Yeah, I know, Nix. That's the usual with me. I always fly low. I know it's wrong. Here he comes. Should I try and snipe him? He doesn't seem to know about my presence. No, now he knows. Well, I'm not so sure about that. In any case, we can follow anything on the Mustang. The ninja of the skies. Hey! Don't overdo it, my man. It's not going to make a difference. I can follow anyone in this team. Let's see him crash. That's a Russian plane, isn't it? No, it's German. Yeah, now we're starting the... No, hey, here it goes. Spin, what the hell, and it's so low. No, okay, I can't recover from... That's what always happens with the Mustang. That's what gets you. As soon as you pull the stick too much. And now I'm in trouble, of course. Good thing I was saved by the bell. I was saved by the bell. Let's see the score. Hey, it's pretty good. I had played for like 10 minutes. Let's say I unlocked something for the lighting. Maybe now it's actually playable. Why doesn't he make me... I want to install the new parts. Wait a second. I also unlocked the new plane, but of course I don't have the money because unfortunately the discounts are over. Let's go to unlock this one. What is this? It's the Cannon Corsair. I'm rather anxious to try that. I think it will be a cool plane. Unlock the cover. Research the guns. You got some extra points. Here, what is this? It's the lightning. Research. It needs to be more powerful, this plane. Otherwise, it's useless. Purchase everything. They also purchase everything for the other planes. It doesn't seem so. This has everything. This is fully maxed out. Nothing new here. This I didn't use. Okay, no. I bought everything. Let's go to another battle. That was the throttle which spin you. Ah, so that was it. Let's start. I look a second at the cable situation here. You won't be able to hear me because the microphone is in the edge. Yeah, I think the part that holds the keychain escaped. In fact, that's what I thought. Still got a bit too much. Wait a second, it's loading now. It needs to be like this. Yeah, this is what I'm speaking about. It doesn't enter the match. Now it's much better. It doesn't enter the match. Why is that? Actually, Tad found it, but he didn't join. Okay, now it's working. Ooh, the Sicily map. Did I ever speak to you at length about the famous lake of Lentini? No, I won't. Not today, because I've spoken so much at length, but it's a very famous lake. Maybe Nix could tell you about it one day. Do watch that man's stream if you happen to, because he's a very good War Thunder player. Ah, we can already spawn in the Mustang. Nice. Nice. I start here. Seems the more logical choice. Airfield 4. And this time we'll try to fly higher. This is a smaller map, so in general action comes pretty soon. In any case, every time I die in this plane it's because of the spin. So the moment I finally manage to learn avoiding it, probably I will become pretty effective in it. Below 350 kilometers. Wait a second, now I read it. Because also taking off isn't the easiest thing in the Mustang. You have to use a very, very soft touch. At first I broke like 5 planes in a row before learning. Maybe you saw me do it on stream. It was quite embarrassing. Below 350 over 50% throttle is too powerful. It starts to spin the plane instead of the propeller. My god. Talk about torque. That's the craziest thing, Nix. The craziest. These planes were really monsters of power. Cover the surveillance aircraft. Destroy the enemy attackers in D3. That's nice. Already I see them. They should be Stukas, I think. Are we against... Okay, Germany plus Italy, so it's almost certainly Stukas. And Stukas are pretty easy to shoot down with the powerful guns of the Mustang. So let's go straight for that. Well, there is also a ground objective, but shooting down Stukas I bet it's more interesting also to you guys than going and overfly just a point, an arbitrary point in the sky. And we'll also be fighting above the lake of Lentini, so that's the best part, I think. They were so crazy underpowered, in a way like the cars of the time. I don't know if you've ever read about the race cars of the 40s, but basically they had the same kind of power in the engine as the race cars of today, with much less safety measures, like they were much less drivable, so basically a lot of people died every race or two. It was extremely dangerous to drive these cars, and probably the planes were the same. Technology from that era, in a sense, was more futuristic than what we have now. When you read about World War II, sometimes it feels like a science fiction novel. The things people did, the places they went, the way they disregarded their own safety and actual life was incredible. You hear speak so much about courage of the people from that age, but actually it goes even beyond that. It was a different relation with your place within, not just society, but the very progress of mankind, in my opinion at least. I know it might sound personal, but it's what I've always thought. Here they go for their attack run. An entire formation of very, very juicy Stukas, or so I hope. Completely vertical, but by the way they dive, case in point, they should be Stukas. And let's go with the guns. Yeah, indeed they are. Too bad now I came a bit long. And I think I hit nothing. That also takes skill. To shoot among so many planes and hit none. But still I better not risk it and go for another pass. they're much more separated now, and they will also be slower. During the dive, it's not easy to hit the Stukas. That's the reason they attack like that. Actually, in real life, I think they overturned the plane. They pulled the stick to the ground. That's the craziest thing. And that's the way the Stukas. Then they turned the plane again, and that's when they released the bomb and went upwards. They do have a rear gun, by the way, not the most lethal one, but the danger is there. Here he goes for the strafe run. This is when they're most vulnerable. Okay, one Stuka down. And now I'm also... Unfortunately he hit me, so I'm slightly damaged. He's not going to follow me in any case, that's not a real player, so they're very predictable. He will go straight through his run. Here's another one. He survived one hit. That's something you don't see often, but now he's dead. He also hit me again, so the engine is even more damaged. Well, let's see to shoot down at least another Stuka before we go and resupply. You can counter that. No, but now I deploy them all the time, Nix. I learned it. I always deploy the flats when I'm fighting like that. Unfortunately, it isn't always enough. Oh, I broke a piece of the wing. I go for that one now. It's like when it's Christmas, when you have so many Stukas all around. You score points very easily. Come on. Okay, another Stuka down. We're at 3 kills, I think. That's not bad. My engine is even more damaged now, though. Oh, I heard the boom. Did I get the point? Doesn't seem so. Well, it was my point. I know it was in my heart. Here's more Stukas. So many Stukas. It's Stuka season. It comes with the season. No, don't crash on it, don't crash on it. Okay, I was shot down by a Stuka in the end. Did I also shoot down another Stuka? Well, 1000 points, I mean. The death could have been avoidable. But still, it was quite a rip. Yeah. It says 3 kills, so in the end he counted it, okay. Over 1000 points. And now we have to switch planes. Let's go with... Well, the second thing I usually spawn in is the Jag. Even since now I carry the bombs. And now I know Nix doesn't like bombing ground targets. But actually I enjoy it very much. And also it's worth good money. So I don't see why not doing it. Also, wait a minute. I didn't set the fuel correctly. I have little fuel, that's wrong. Let me see. Now, the point of the Jag, this fatty plane here, would be to fly very high, because the weight of the plane is such. No, Nix, I was having a good day, then suddenly I was having a bad day. But it also happens in war. Now, the thing about this plane, you're supposed to fly very high, but actually, for as long as I'm carrying the bomb, I like to fly very low. And because you can score pretty well with the bombs. These are big bombs, they're not the tiny bombs the Russian plane carry. You can do actually as much damage as a Sturmovik in this thing. And even when you're out of bombs, it's got these powerful 6 machine guns that completely destroy an armored targets. So if you see anything that isn't a tank or a bunker, you can wreck it. No, I know, you play your roles, of course. I got 4 kills in the end, so the other Stuka went down also. 4 kills isn't bad, I mean, 4 deaths, 1 kill. One kill, 1 death, yeah, you know, I'm not going to to count them. And I'm going to fly very low, because I do enjoy fighter bomber, but I also enjoy bomber fighter, so let's first drop the bomb and then do the fighter thing. Straight for the battle. You should see it from the external view. Now I wish I had an external view like in Sturmovik. When you look at this thing flying, it's so cool. It has these 3 big bombs, 2 medium sized on the wings and 1 even bigger below the airframe. It looks like a pregnant whale, basically, until it gives birth to destruction itself. Then it's back to a normal fighter. Well, normal between quotation marks, I mean, because it's a bit strange to use. And in fact, I'm not very proficient with it yet. You have to use your speed to win in this thing, but the speed that you build, so you bank it when you go upwards. And then as soon as the combat starts, you go for a steep dive, and then you can turn the tide, if you're lucky. But it will never be as maneuverable as a Mustang. That's inherent in the very nature of the plane. Yeah, I know, you're so technical, Nix. I wish I had such technical knowledge. But you told me about it. This is also the ancestor of the Warthog, the A10 Warthog, by the way. This is also something Nix told me when I was piloting the Warthog in DCS the other day. And meaning that it was built to wreak havoc on the ground troops. But what is that? What is that? I would suck if I were to encounter a fire before dropping the bombs. Let's hope it's not what it looks like. It's also coming the wrong direction, because the fact that it's coming this direction makes me think that it's likely to be an enemy. And if he comes for me after the first passage, I'm going to drop the bombs. Otherwise, to fight in this is almost impossible. Like he seems to have his hands full with that guy. No, but it's actually going down. We're almost at the ground objectives. It's an air-to-air shotgun, even. My god. The shotgun, imagine that, a shotgun on a plane. Sounds something out of a video game. Case in point, as I was saying, more futuristic than our current age. Now, when you think about modern air combat, it would be... No, Historia Race. Also an Attack on Titan fan, by the way, which is even worse. What the... That's a bit of an... What the hell, it came completely unexpectedly. Didn't even have a chance to react. It's a damn shame. Now I can wait 25 seconds and go with the Mustang again. I mean, why not? It's a bit overrated in my opinion, Attack on Titan. I mean, it's got an interesting story, but it's slow moving, especially the first 2 seasons. Then I liked a lot the third one. The one where it turns basically to an espionage story. And you have the revolution. It's cool. That part is cool. But it's always made with so many flashbacks between one episode and the other, since the story doesn't want to move forward. By the way, Nix is also an anime fan, and I saw him yesterday do a reaction video for Kimetsu no Yaiba, and let me tell you, that's probably the best anime of the year. If you watch these kind of things, do watch Kimetsu no Yaiba, because the art is incredible. And also the story isn't too bad. I mean, it's a bit formulaic, but the art, my god, the animation of that anime is out of this world. That's also a strong suit of Attack on Titan. Well, now you see what Nix meant. If I were flying Eiger, probably that guy would have been able to get the jump on me. The higher you fly, the harder you are to get to surprise in that way, basically. Also, indeed, it's a big plane. So, what do you think of Kimetsu no Yaiba, Nix? You should tell me. I love that anime. Let's head for the air objective. I'll try to stay at least... I think I should stay 3000 here. I see a lot of skilled people in the enemy team. It's another clan tag, I think, the one with the flags instead of the axes. Probably still reflects an higher rank or squadron. But I don't recognize name. Also Skane isn't here. My god, it's a full match. It is, after all, the day after Christmas. What am I? 1500. No, I want to go higher. But let's accelerate a bit more. Now I'm overheating the engine bad. Every time I don't take off in the Mustang, I regret it. Well, it's not like I had a choice earlier, but still. It's become quickly my favorite American plane. $1,700. That's the city of Motta Sanatastasia. Look at that. Should start capturing soon. Still only 2,000. Very radical art style, mixed style of storyline, a lot of surprise in it. Mixed with comedy, yeah. Well, the comedy episodes I didn't like as much. They seem to waste a lot of time on these things. There's a couple also later, I think you're at 7th episode. From time to time it devolves into that. It's all for laughs and giggles. And it's not as good as the action scenes, in my opinion. The best part is still ahead of you, in any case. You will see. You will see. It's an Amazon anime. I loved it. I like also the term you're using, radical. It's indeed very much a break from the norm. They went for something different, and then in some ways even traditional. It seems like an anime from past age. No, no, I'm not spoiling you, I swear. No, no, I'm not spoiling. I never would, for something as cool as that. You get a chance to watch Vinland Saga, by the way. That's another Amazon anime. Probably the two favorites of mine at this time. Of this year, I mean, of this season. Well, actually, Kimetsu is past season last year. Okay, we're capturing. I see no enemy around. But let's keep doing a 360 turn so we can. These two things, okay, they're almost to the lake. I wonder what this air objective is supposed to represent in an actual battle. Like, the soldiers say, okay, if planes fly over there, then it's captured. That's got very strong ties with history. It's an interesting story to say the least. I've heard it's even in its prologue, by the way. Almost, we still have to see all the best part. And in fact, the protagonist is still quite young. But it's very well rooted in history. I've been researching on Wikipedia some of the characters, and you'll be surprised how many of them actually lived in that age. Even the most fantastical, the most incredible ones. That's something you learn by studying history. So often, it's even better than fiction. The kind of things that happened during that age were crazy. It's the story of a rebellion, basically. That's what makes it so engaging. A rebellion against. Well, but I'm not going to spoil it. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. It's got everything, a bit of everything. The revenge, the struggle, the battles. But you cannot. You wouldn't know. The historical reconstruction of the armor and weaponry is perfect. I can tell it was thoroughly researched. That's not something you see often in Japanese anime. I'm capturing or not? Yeah. Yeah, probably. That's the point, indeed, you are right. But I'm no longer capturing, so that means there is an enemy here. I'm starting to wonder where. Maybe it's very low. I'm over 2500. My god, I kept climbing. I kept climbing during the turns. Now I better waste some altitude. I don't feel at ease when I'm so high. I'm too safe. I want to stay in the fray. Here is the guy that's ruining our capture rating. How's that for an altitude advantage? I've got quite an advantage. I'm like half within the troposphere by now. I shall go and surprise him good, I bet. We're going basically to follow him like a rock. Yeah, well, everyone does in this game, since you still have to capture the objective. What's the maximum airspeed on Nyx of this thing? Now I'm a little worried I might overshoot it. Okay, there's combat. I wonder if I'm following the right one. Indeed I am, okay. Let's surprise this guy. You're going to love it. No. Did I hit him? No, what the hell? That's another little problem of the Mustang. The fact that these guns have such a low rate of fire makes aiming not the easiest thing. He's dropping his bombs. He's in danger, I want to save him. Poku no Tomodachi. No, he killed him! You fucker. You will pay for that. You lose an eye. You lose an eye. Ah, that's a piece of his tail, I think. Apparently he didn't need it, but I think he needed this piece. Okay. Now he lost both tail and aileron. Okay, he should be going down, I think. You never know, though. And in fact, he isn't. Well, he cannot be maneuvering well now. Where the hell? Did he crash? No, he didn't crash. Where did you go, man? He disappeared. Ah, here's the smoke. Okay, it's flying lower and lower. Now he cannot escape. I would be very surprised if he escaped. In any case, that's going down before coming back to base, 900%. 9900%. Well, you know what I mean. But let's give him a little push. 820 max speed, okay. Thank you, Nix. So it's very high. I never thought it would be so high. I will shoot at the very last moment. He cannot escape after all, so let's try to hit sure with the first shot. And of course I missed. Okay, now you're dead. That was a good kill. All because I was flying high, as Nix kindly suggested. Let's try to gather some more altitude. I'll also remove one layer because the war is quite literally heating up. What the hell? You see how nervous this plane is. You cannot leave your hands from the controls like 1 second already he tries to crash into the guy. He doesn't want to stay in the air, the Mustang. Stay sharp. Thank you, Nix. I know I had to remove the layer, I'm sorry. I turn my attention from the battle, 1 second. And already he scolds me. He's such a strict teacher, but also a very good teacher, so I think he's right to say that. We're at 5 kills, okay, that's pretty good. Well, most were easy Stukas, but yet. He did. He did indeed. I'm going back to 3000. What is that, by the way? Well, maybe I'm not going back to 3000 just yet, because Nix, look at there. Probably he called for help, you're right. He's good at playing the mind games. I'm still not at that point. I mostly go with instinct in this game. I see an enemy, I shoot him, but sometimes you have to think about the consequences. It's quite likely, in fact, that he was having cover from his friend, he's right. Also, the fact that I always play this game alone for like 4 years means that I don't have a good understanding of that aspect. That's a lightning light. Yes, okay. Let's keep climbing back. We're at 2000 now. We're above the ground battle now. So, no air superiority to obtain here, of course. What could that be? 2 planes. Apparently not shooting one another. That one just bombed, or did he actually hit the ground? No, that was him. He crashed. Let's take a good look at this thing. Yeah, many people are very careful to move only when they have it. Let's hope I didn't waste all this good altitude for a friend, that would suck. But honestly, I think that's an enemy because it's flying low towards our lines. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Why are you flying so low, man? No, what the hell did I do? Stupid, stupid. What a shame. It's hard to aim with these guns, it's hard. Did he crash? Ah, I got the kill on this. Haha, he was going to crash in any case, I think, but I still got the kill. You should lure them low. That's a good idea. As always. I will try to do it. I got the kill from the guy. Didn't deserve it, but still I didn't get the kill earlier when I did deserve it, so I think it makes it even. Let's go back upwards. It was a Spitfire, really? It was a Spitfire. On the Italian slash German side. Captured one, I think, then. And also premium at that. So many people flying premium planes in this game, I wouldn't have thought it. Thank you, Nix. Well, it wasn't much of my doing. I think he would have fallen in any case. I didn't even hit him. But still, it counted for a kill, I mean. What do you say about this? These look possibly hostile. They have an hostile face. Kinda. You know what I mean. I'll go and check them out. Also because they're above friendly troops. So that makes it likely, actually. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's strafing the friendly troops. Use an eye. Unforgivable. I got him. Yeah! The power of these cannons. If he didn't die, you were in trouble. No, but he did die. He's also died. By the other friend, I think. Let's call for help. The other friend, right? Okay, someone is responding to me, yes. That's good. 7 kills. Use an eye. Yeah! Boku no Tomodachi, Mamoritai! I want to protect my friends. You hear these things so often when you watch anime that by the end you learn the expressions by heart. It doesn't mean you speak in Japanese, you just learn it like a parrot, but still, can be useful, I mean. Like when you go to the actual country, you take the bus, someone walks in front of you, you say to him, use an eye, and it's going to get your meaning, I bet. She knew is what always Carter shouts. There was a funny moment when I played with Kurt the other day, when he kept shouting, she knew to everyone when shooting. Then he got a bit old after a while. I had to take a break from our cooperation. But he's also incredibly good, so I think it's warranted. You tend to become a little fancier in your expansions when you always win. I'm not yet at that point. Maybe I will get it to that point if Nix keeps tutoring me. How's my ammo? I've been shooting quite a bit. 160, okay. I'll try to gain some more altitude. $202. I mean 2000. I hate Spitfire. No, that Spitfire was probably hunting for you. That's why he was low. After his friend met cold. I see. Well, good thing I had went upwards again. Now I'm learning to do it, you see. Finally I'm learning to. Also, I had this strange idea that the thing wasn't needed with the Russian planes because of the higher engine output, but that's completely untrue, because the other day I went and played what the hell, he came from behind while I was climbing. No chance to fight. Completely surprised me. Okay, that's okay, I mean, because now we can spawn in the Hellcat, which is another favorite of mine. I'm sure I can spawn in it. That's a C205, good plan. Let's go with the Hellcat. What is this? If for some reason I went and unlocked the torpedo, that's the strangest thing, I don't know why. I unlocked, before having the plane fully upgraded, I went and unlocked a completely useless torpedo. I wanted to be unpredictable, I guess. But the Hellcat I like. This is a plane that has a crazy firepower. And also it has a radar, if you can believe it. Well, like in the beginning of the 40s, I believe. And look at this. It's actually the ball there, very close to the Hellcat, in fact, because I place an Hellcat on the Hellcat. That's a winged tiger with a pin-up on it that also moves his butt when I move the aileron. That's the craziest thing. And there is also there a ball. The ball is the rudder. I guess it's the tiger's ball. Only got one ball, that tiger. But it's hefty, look at that. Bigger than the tiger itself. And this is a plane that when it shoots, you really notice it. It's also higher ranked, so you cannot spawn it at first. Was the Italian Spitfire you shot down? Ah, he came for revenge then. You see, I don't follow the dynamic, the meta, so to say. I love to learn and do it. And I think they actually improved the radar in this game, because originally it didn't serve much purpose. Especially in simulation mode, you wasn't able to see the targets. The enemy starts to recognize you. That's bad. That's bad. And look at this. The guy has 8 kills. Holy cow. 8 kills. All players. So I guess it's very bad that he starts to recognize me. I'm on second place, you say. Good, good. Am I really? Ah, because you guys count the kills, not the score. That's the right thing to do, I bet. But he's very dangerous. I love to watch from that guy. So, what's the armament on this plane, I reckon? Offensive 12.7 and 20mm. Doesn't tell me the number of guns. What are they saying in the chat? Where do you come from? Ah, no, okay. They just destroyed an enemy ground objective. I think I saw it disappearing in the map. This doesn't climb as well as the Mustang. I think it's heavier. We're still 1100. There's also a guy much higher than me that now is quite worrying. I hope it's not the moto guy. The Rainbow Derp, what a name. $1,300. Ah, so you know him. He's a guy you know. Moto 1926, strange name. I think I also... Yeah, you have different ranges on the radar, look at this. I bound the keys, and you can go 9 kilometers, 46, 120 kilometers. Of course it doesn't identify friend from foe though. Well, at least it shouldn't realistically. Let's go to the... Well, 46 kilometers seems a bit much. I see something there that could be an enemy. The match is almost over in any case. So maybe I'll try to get 1 or 2 kills more. Okay. This also turns well as a plane. Look at this. Look how well it turns. He hasn't seen me. And now unleashing the power of the cat from hell. The famous Hellcat. A bit closer though. A bit closer. What is he going to do? Don't tell me he crashes by himself, because it's happened so often. He robs you of the kill actually. I shoot him just so I can claim the kill even if he crashes by himself. In any case, he knows I'm here now. And as you see, it turns well. The Hellcat turns at least as well as the Mustang. Let's lower the flaps just to be sure. And here you come. This wasn't a good maneuver, my man. Did I damage him? Apparently not, because he's lucky like that. I love to call from help since I'm so low. Someone responds, that's good. Let's see if I can best this guy. Oh, I broke a piece. Look at the piece going off. Woo! I think he's crashing. Who was it? Korsek, okay. He couldn't have been the moto. Okay. It's the instinct of the fighter pilot. I now first in my team. With 8 kills. 4 players. That's pretty good. Come on. This is turning into a good stream. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Why does he fly I was stalling, okay. Got scared for a second. Yeah, this doesn't accelerate much though, eh? It's not the fastest plane. Thank you, Nix. Thank you. Always so kind. Let's see what this is also. No, it's the Rainbow Derp. This is the music that comes up when the match is almost over. Strangely enough, this music hasn't bored me to death yet. I've heard it so many times, yet it seems to play at the right times. It's kinda epic. Now this is worrisome, because I'm still low. I'm still low because this team doesn't want to climb. Must be the weight of the tiger's ball. The ball over there. I always move the tiger when I speak about it. Maybe I should increase my texture resolution. Looks like shit actually. It's so pixelated. Okay, it's over. Well, it didn't go bad. It didn't go bad to say the least. I think I unlocked some other stuff. Ooh, look at the medals. That's a decal. That's an ugly decal. What the hell is this? The African mask insignia. Maybe I'll put it on something. I mean, it's kinda funny looking. Shadow Strike Streak. Ground Force Rescue. Mark of Distinction. 4 pilots. 3. Let's see what I unlocked. You have purchased... buy everything. All modifications purchased. No unlocks though. Shall we go and play the jets a bit? I mean, for a change. What's the situation here? Can I try to unlock? Well, if I never play them, I'll never unlock it, I mean. And sometimes the jets are fun to play and also look at. Let's see what we can find. Thank you for sharing my post, Nix, by the way. I hadn't looked at it. Let's go with the trusty old LA-15. This is the fight above the water, the one where you start already in there. That's interesting. It's going to be shorter. You won't have as many downtimes. Also, yeah, you can only return from that with a different plane, I think. So it's a shorter match. It's good, I guess. It breaks the rhythm. This will be over soon, then we go back to propeller plane, just for a change. Yeah, now I learned it's not a good idea to actually switch the whole game, like I used to do at first. This has been a great difference for me from the first day of streaming, because by inclination I normally play like 3-4 different games in a morning, but that's not good for the people that are watching your stream. It becomes hard to follow, and in the end it breaks the rhythm. You have to go along a single theme. And that's also the reason I cannot play the more complex simulators, because playing for 3-4 hours straight these kind of things becomes extremely boring. You have all the waste of times of flying to the objectives, and then sometimes you cannot even find the enemies because it's so realistic. War Thunder is really one of the best ones to watch, in my opinion, among the various playing games. With driving games it's easier. When you're doing a driving game, it's always interesting for those who watch, if they are interested in driving games by inclination, I mean. That's very subjective. But for those who like them, the minute-by-minute action it doesn't have even a second of pause. Where is the enemy? I can see, well, it doesn't have many people online, this match. Let's go towards these guys in the hope they're enemies. It's in enemy territory, I mean. They're probably not players though when they fly in couple like that. Yeah, yeah, you could also go to the tanks, and I would do it from time to time if it wasn't for the position from where I'm playing. I also enjoy playing tanks. Probably I played more tanks in the beginning when I started to do War Thunder. But now, when I'm sitting in the chair with the joystick like this, how do you play the tanks? Because I use a mouse and a keyboard for this. I do have a keyboard here, but wouldn't be very convenient to put myself like this. It doesn't come all the way forward to the middle of my position. But we will play War Thunder Tanks eventually. I would also like to show you guys some World of Tanks. That's another game I enjoyed for ages. This is not a base, right? No. This is friendly territory though, so it's likely they are friends. Let's check them out in any case. We're going now 900 kilometers per hour. By the way, I should close the throttle a bit, because above 900 with this plane is dangerous. And they're actually enemies. Look at this. They're actually enemies. Oh, oh, oh. How could I miss them both? What the hell? Okay, we're coming for a second pass. Ah, the Hellos also. I've seen you play the Hellos once, Nix. I haven't unlocked any, but I think I could now. Because when you reach tier 5 for any nation, you can unlock them, right? With either tanks or planes. So I could unlock the Russian allies in theory. I probably also have the money. Why didn't I think of buying that when they were discounted? That's the most stupid thing, now that I think about it. Because they cost a lot. And I think the plane would look fairly cool in stream. The helicopter, I mean. Also, Russian helicopters are so cool. I best not waste much ammo, this thing doesn't carry many. Okay, one. And did I kill him? Oh, but that was a player, really? That was a player. I cannot believe it. Flying. There were 2 players then. Okay, well, I killed one. I have a backup for the LA-15, by the way. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I killed a player. These were 2 players. Can you believe it? I was sure they were AI bombers. I would have approached in another way if I knew these were players. They were like camouflaging as AI planes. The fact they were flying together like that. Good. I have a backup for my favorite jets. Also, we have less players. Many disconnected. That sucks. We're in great disadvantage of numbers. I wonder if in this game mode you can overfly the enemy airfield. That's the big question here. Because if so, it's pretty big. If it has anti-air guns, it's going to be dangerous. And I also fly one of the Russian helicopters that are in this game. In DCS, actually. Yeah, indeed. But you never see players do it. I fly the K-50. I wonder if it's as good here as it is in DCS. We're accelerating to 800. Okay. I'll try to reach almost 900, then close the throttle a bit. You see how much quicker paced it is when you fly the jets. These things are crazy fast. You almost get to the sound barrier in the LA-15. And it's not even one of the fastest ones I have. Now, when it starts vibrating like that, it's the sign not to close the throttle. You're risking to overfly the maximum speed, and that completely breaks your plane in like 1 second. It's certain that. I'm following a guy, I don't know if you can see it. It's not very visible against the trees. Here it is. And now we should be able to reach him earlier. Unless the guy shoots him down first. Let's see if he manages. Okay, he got the kill. I guess we still will get some points from assistance. What else do we have here? This is the enemy city, by the way, that I'm so happily overflying, and that's never a good thing. Let's go somewhere else, maybe, you know? I mean, they almost never hit you in Era 5 planes, but sometimes they get lucky. let's look at that. 700. Okay, that's a MiG-21. That one, I guess. Also that one. That's really the embarrassment of choice. You don't have to worry as much about your altitude in the jets. You just watch your speed, because when you go below 500 you are sitting duck. As long as you stay 500 you can go upwards, downwards, you can do whatever you want basically. Okay, Nix, see you soon. Look at the white cliffs of Dover. What a nice sight. Apparently there's Russian planes protecting the British coast now, because I'm leaking fuel. I think they hit me from the ground. I'm leaking fuel now. Can you even repair in this game mode? Well, yes, there is an airfield. I wish I knew when I was hit. Leaking fuel is not too bad. It's not like I'm leaking oil. Probably I'll disregard it until it gets worse. Let's see if that is what it looks like. We're going 880. That means that guy is going 900. Here you are. No, it's another MiG-21, or maybe the same as before. It's too bad they stole from me that kill. It looks so inviting. How's the fuel situation, by the way? Yeah, I'm losing some smoke. I'll try to pretend nothing's happened. I mean, leaking fuel only means you will have less, no? You shouldn't break your engine. Ooh! I was killed with a air-to-air missile, if you can believe it. Because when you play Tier 5, there's also this very funny dynamic where you meet people that are flying Tier 6 and they have heat-seeking missiles. That's the funniest thing, because how the hell do you defend from an heat-seeking missile in a plane from the 50s? That's completely anachronistic. He's also been paying with his life, so that's good, I guess. And now we'll have to switch playing. I'll go with the Yak-30, it's another favorite of mine. How the hell do you defend from an heat-seeking missile? I mean, there's nothing to tell you you're about to die. You just, poof, die. I cannot wait to unlock the damn thing, by the way. I'm working just for it right now. I think I'll have to unlock another couple of planes before being able to use it. Good thing that guy already lost his Tier 6 plane, so we won't have to face the same situation again, at least not for him. I see 3 potential targets. I'm going to go for the one that is more isolated. Okay, they're firing. He was firing red, if I'm not mistaken, so the enemy should be the one I see now on the left. Also phone, not now. I'll check you in a bit. They're probably just Christmas wishes. This is a bit of a faster plane. You can overfly 900, but it takes some time to reach them. It doesn't break as easily in any case, not from excessive airspeed. Performance on this map is much better, by the way, probably because there is less ground action. That's something you have to really watch for when you're playing in VR while streaming. Really puts a weight on your computer, if you know what I mean. Okay, we're slowly gaining on him, I think. Very, very slowly. You're always chasing something in this kind of combat. That guy is smoking. He wasn't hit by a missile, wasn't he? Because there is nothing around him. Okay, that's the MiG-19. Identification from afar is practically impossible in this kind of planes. You're always flying so far from them when you start to approach. Let's go and check that other team. That's something in the air, right? It's not on the ground. Doesn't seem to move, strangely enough. That's the friendly airfield. I think it's a friend landing. Let's go the other way. Seems like a safer bet. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Now I'm blacking out. You can only faintly tell in VR from the breath of the pilot that you start to hear. Because the blackout effect, the actual blackout doesn't show up. It sucks, because sometimes it's important information. You lose the ability to control your plane, it's not always apparent why. They should really try to fix it, but the VR functions of the game are a bit abandoned now. Basically it's been the same since the very introduction of the... It's bound to change eventually. I think this will be the VR breakout here. It certainly starts strong with the release of Half-Life Alyx. $878. Well, you should go in a dive to surpass 900, but you can do it in this plane. So when I said it was fast, I didn't mean on a straight line. It's faster when it dives, I guess. And now, of course, we're climbing because this look fairly menacing, to quote another anime. Menacing. Go, 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 go. Maybe it's meant to be said, go, go, go. I think you know what I'm quoting right now. And the mission is over. What the hell? Why is the mission over? Okay, we won, I guess. I got one kill, but it didn't feel like a mission that should be ending so soon. Okay, let's never play this game mode again. And I guess at this point, go back to the American planes. Seems I was having so much fun with them. We will try with the jets again later, but if these are the game modes of this morning, it's not worth it really. Didn't have a chance to do much. Also it's strange, because the jets... again the CC map. The jets are so much faster, yet you seem to be always chasing something. And it makes for a slower paced stream. Let's do something more traditional. Already I can go with the Mustang. And I would have preferred a different map, but what can you do? Well, it's darker now, so it's not exactly the same. Take off with the Mustang again. At least I earned points and experience from that battle, while shorter paced. I mean, it was shorter, you know. And lower the flaps a bit while taking off, just to be sure. Very soft touch. You see, I no longer crash in this blasted thing. Maybe I could now also try to take off in the I-17, the Russian tiny plane that I never was able to take off into. This felt like it at first. It's the excessive torque, basically, that gets you. We are losing? Well, just began, man, don't be so negative. Start by gaining more altitude. This isn't a jet, man, you have to stay high. And by the way, why Shinu? It should be Shine, I think. That's the imperative in Japanese. You say Shinu, basically you're saying, I'm dying. You have to say Shine, die, when you shoot the enemy. I was thinking about what Nick said earlier. I'm not sure Shinu is correct. Maybe it's a vocative form, I don't know. But in theory, judging by the Japanese grammar I know, what little I do know, it should be Shine when you're threatening the enemy. Maybe I'll ask him when he's back. What do we have here? What do we have here? Destroy the bombers in B3. That's an interesting objective. I also can clearly see them. Let's try to go higher and reach them. I should be able to intercept them before they reach the objective. If they're in B3, I mean, they're probably heading for the objective in B6. So we can maybe remove some of them before they do their damage. Ah, there's something very fast moving there. That could be an enemy. I'm also higher. Let's go and try to check it out. Could be an easy kill. Moto is also in this match, okay. Ooh, he spotted me. Okay, it's an enemy. Imagine if I hit it like that. That would have been the craziest thing. Let's go for F because now it's going to lure me low. And that's not good. Here he comes again. He's trying to keep his distance for some reason. Players almost never do it. Here you come. And now we crash into one another. Did I kill him? No, he got the kill. That's unfair. I hit him, 100%. Guys, just be patient a second. I have to take a short break. I'll be right back. And here we are. Excuse me. Sometimes it's necessary. Can I respawn immediately in the Mustang? No. No, let's see what the situation is. Destroy the bombers. Protect the light convoy. The bombers are now in A5. Look at that. Look at that. I think I'll try and grab myself the bombers. Probably with the Corsair, because it seems to climb so well. Let's try the Corsair. I haven't flown it yet today. I will try to get the bombers before they escape, but apparently they're already on their way back. It's too late. This is a plane that's very easy to bring at altitude. It climbs in a second. Yeah, I can be heard. The stream is working good. Go, go, Corsair. Try to get a Corsair sponsorship. Think about it. I would fly the plane with their very name, put a personalized decal on the wing. So buy Corsair product, I'll say, and they would send me all sorts of free stuff. That's the streamer's life. Maybe one day I will get to that point, who knows. We all aspire to it, some free stuff. Why otherwise would you be in the business? No, but I joke. I'm just here to show up how much I like VR. And how much it is the future for all of us gamers, whether you realize it or not. Okay, finally the sun has come out, also as you can see. It's much better than the lamp I was using earlier. Ah, Max 2 is here. You must know noticing, I think that Max Tuve is in the same squadron as Kane. Wasn't he also on Air 40? Max Tuve is strong. I met him in combat and he bested me more than once. That Moto guy isn't going very well yet. Actually, he died. But he also captured an objective, okay. Well, now I'm trying to catch the bombers, but it's completely useless. Let's fly another direction. I try to be at about 2500, I guess. Should be enough. That's a formational bomb, another couple of things. That's dangerous. That could be an enemy flying up high. Better keep climbing until I'm at least at this altitude. Okay, now I have a good view of the battlefield. That thing is still higher than me, but I see a lot of stuff from here. These are towards the friendly territory. They could be either. And that isolated thing there is a bit lower. It could in theory be an enemy looking for ground units to bomb. Or strafe, or whatever the hell he wants to do. Let's go and check it out. I can easily swoop down and then trade back my speed for the altitude I've spent. Or at least a good part of it. We're still heading towards enemy territory in any case, so it's not wasted mileage.
Attention to the designated grid square.
That's a guy saying defend the ground objective, I guess. I don't know if these look very much like they were attacking the ground units. But now to go back would take too long, I think. Here's the guy I was following. Okay, let's go for the steep dive to identify. Close the throttle. That's an enemy bomber, I think. Yes. Would have been too much to ask. Let's try not to stay behind him too much, because now I'm very exposed. I also call for help. Besides, this is the kind of German bomber that shoots very a lot. Look at the guns. That's a dangerous bomber. And coming like this, it's not going to work. Well, it could work, but it's risky. I'm a bit scared by that thing, actually. Look what it's doing. Probably the player is manning the gun, otherwise he wouldn't shoot so much. No, taking post shots from so far isn't going to work. I had to swoop down. I call for help again, because I'm very exposed now. I'm exposed both from the enemies and in his own guns. Now wait a second, I'll check this out. It seems safer. The thing is going to wreck me. The way he shoots is completely devastating. I can follow him. Does he look like an enemy to you? It does look like me. Yeah, indeed. No, that would have been too much. Damn it, don't stall now. Okay, I guess at this point I better leave the chase, accelerate again. And where did the bomber go? Okay, Mark Petro got the kill. That's good. But there's still another guy up there. They get an assistance on that. I should have. So maybe because now he lost the bomber and that's one big plane. Where the hell did it go? Okay, I'll point at that guy. Did also the friend die? I think the friend crashed also. I see 2 crashes. Straight for me. No, don't crash into me again, man. That would suck twice in a row. He also got the kill from that. Let's try and go back upwards. In the very lofty corner that climbs so well. 800. 900. Well, climbs well when you're going fast. I'm not going very fast now. I'm also overreading. Look at the radiator completely open. It does it automatically for you. You can set it to manual, but almost no one does. I was too low and too exposed for too long. I knew it was stupid and yet I keep doing it. Because of the combat. I should have escaped. No, I know what I should have done. I should have escaped the combat zone and slowly climbed back. That was stupid of me. Really exposed like that. You don't fly like that if you want to win. Too bad, too bad. What should I do now? Well, bombing the ground troops seems inviting. Also, it could help me unlock the Hellcat for this mission. Let's go a sortie in the jug. While hoping I can recover some points. Up to now, this match isn't going well. But the first death was because of a guy that crashed into me on purpose. But the second one was avoidable. Back to the jug situation. You can't win them all, I guess. Maybe my luck ran out after the first one of the day. Let's try to turn the tides. Come on, the jug can do it. If the jug can't do it, no one can. Look at the concentration tools. There's a lot of stuff there, all spaced together. It was too tempting not to go with the bomb. Well, the fighter bomber. Let's see if someone wants to escort me. Well, it's a bit strange to ask for escort in a fighter bomber, but with the kind of action we're seeing here and so early in the mission, it's going to be quite heated. Even this run is dangerous. I will drop the bombs as soon as possible and then try to escape. This time I won't stick in the zone for as long as I'm low. It was the stupidest idea, really. Okay, I see the tracers coming from the ground. There's no bomb bay to open. Basically, the bombs are completely out of the plane on this thing. That's the reason they add so much drag during combat. You absolutely have to get rid of them as soon as possible. Would be nice to find a concentration of targets like I did the last match, where with one drop I destroyed 2 things. We're very exposed while doing this. But there doesn't seem to be enemy activity here at this moment. Okay, that's an enemy tank. You can certainly wreck a tank with the bombs of the jug. I could try and go for him, I guess. I can clearly see him. It's easy to follow ground targets with VR, you see. Now it disappeared because of the shitty graphics of the game, but I can still see the tracers, okay. Let's see if I can destroy it. It's not as sure. No, I'm not in alignment. Ah, but I'm in alignment for this tank. Okay, drop the bombs. I think I broke it. It certainly looks like I broke it. Yeah, indeed, we broke a tank. That's worth a lot of credits, by the way. You know, if you're trying to grind for credits, destroy tanks, because it's worth probably more than even destroying enemy planes. You make a lot of money from it. And now, I should in theory escape from what I said, but look at that. Look at that, how can I disregard such a target? It's a friend, okay. Okay then, I guess. Now I'm in trouble, because I'm very exposed. I destroyed the tank, but maybe I will pay the ultimate price. I call for help while trying to go somewhere else. because I'm really asking for it. Come back to the zone and fly low. And here he comes. Here he comes. It's the same situation as before. But he made a silly mistake. Luckily I'm covered. That guy is good. Mark Petro, thank you. Okay, we are 2 friends now. This is good. This is good. I should be able to gain back the altitude. Okay, they got him. Good. Thank you, guys. You saved my butt. Bravo! Yeah, you're really taking the words out of my mouth. Okay, at least I got a 10 kill out of it. Now I'll try to climb. You definitely have to be much higher than the enemy to use this plane properly. He needs discipline, as Nick says. But when it accelerates, it's one of the fastest things in the sky of this age. I even unlocked the G-suit for it. Apparently the pilots of this thing did have the G-suits, so you don't black out as easily. The moment I'm higher than that formation of things moving, I can try and go back. Maybe I'll get the jump on someone. That's being shot at by the ground. So, judging by the position, okay, it should be friendly. It's the enemy troops shooting him. And so the thing diving for it could be the enemy. Let's see if he shoots him. Indeed. These traitors don't look German to me, but in any case, either of these is enemy. So let's go and check it out. I'm eager enough. I can accelerate and try to do a difference, while hoping I can protect him. Okay, if that was a friend, it's far too late. If that is an enemy, though, we will probably try to shoot him now. Okay, what's the friend? It's Mark Petro. Well done, Mark Petro, I guess. I would have preferred you to be an enemy, but it's still good. And look how he trades well speed for altitude. Look at this. I had this 500 km per hour that brought me back to 1500. That's not bad at all. Attack the A point. Let's go to the A point. Now I'm almost 2000. We no longer carry the bombs, so I can climb much more easily. $3,300. 2,500. I mean, I think I should stay at 3,000. I keep climb even more. I never played War Thunder like this. Here's combat. Go for the dive of death. It's a ground attack plane, I think. Try to defend itself. It should be the enemy. I think that is a friend and the ground attack is enemy, yes. So I hit him. Look how he comes out of the dive, now that I have the G-suit. That's the coolest thing. Finally I can use this plane to its full advantage. And look how he climbs back. This is the idea with the Jag. Finally I can employ it correctly. And he's shooting again. That's a hardy plane. We'll be shooting in 2 and still it keeps to there. Let's give it a little more nudge. I can go with confidence, you see, because now I have the G-suit. I'm not going to black out as easily. He crashed, okay. He got the kill, I guess it's fair. Still scored pretty well. That's an assist, to say the least. I rather enjoyed it. I think the key to using this plane properly was unlocking the G-suit. So that's another recommendation from me. If you do start to unlock the American planes like me, go for the G-suit in the Jag. Attack the A point. No, this is bad, this is bad. It's faster than me. At same altitude, I already broke a piece of my wing. Let's go how it goes, but I don't see it very well. Not in this plane. If I had the Hellcat or Mustang, it could have been different, but like this. But I killed him too. We died bot. It's a kill. Well, he's on fire, I mean, he's not going to live long. So, it's a life for a life once again. Jump out of this smoldering wreck, man. Where's my kill? I should get the kill. And now I guess it's time to go for it. Start with the crazy powerful Hellcat. Close to the objective if possible. Finally we can spawn the good plane. I'll set the rudder to a longer range, I mean. No, I turned it off. What the hell? 46 kilometers. I mean, if it looks as ahead as you can look by eye, it's a useless rudder, I mean. What a jack, right? I'm not sure. Red-nosed, though. Where's my kill? I killed that plane. It was on fire. The game keeps getting more unfair. Yeah, it's a jack with a different pen job. I guess I could try to cover him. You just saw how vulnerable these planes are. If you shoot first, you can win, but otherwise you're in big trouble. The enemy gets the jump on you in the jag, you're a sitting duck. Basically, if they shoot first, you're already dead. That's the rule of the jag. Okay, Nix, thank you. The contribution is always welcome. The jet mission lasted like 5 minutes. I don't know why it ended as soon as I entered. So I went back to the American planes. No, I haven't been as lucky as the other match, but I got some interesting action on stream. I think I finally understood the jag, because now that I have the G-suit, the dive, the swooping attack works much better. Yeah, the sun has come out finally. I know it's better. Unfortunately, I play early in the morning, that's the only moment of the day when I can, and it tends to be dark these days. But now the solstice is past of us, it's going to change, I guess. Look at the twerking tiger. Oh, twerk well, my dear cat. This plane is slow, it's powerful, it has amazing guns, it turns very well, but when you're starting up, my god, it takes its damn time. We're still at 1000 altitude. Let me look at the lighting room. Ah, yeah, it's all another matter. Probably, ideally, I should start to stream at this time, but it would be impossible for me. Or maybe just get a stronger lamp, that would also work, I guess. Yeah, stalling, it's so weak. Yeah, maybe also the fact that I haven't upgraded the engine yet isn't the best thing. Waiting for the air objective in any case. I see a contact on radar. Now I lost it, okay. 46 kilometers. It actually can go to 120 kilometers if you can believe it. Also, I'm moving it's on the same button as the aileron control, okay. Let's pretend it isn't. Ah, at 10 kilometers I spot something on radar. Okay, it's these guys. Well, I mean, you can just use your eyes in this game. You can see so far here. So, what's the point, really? We're at 1600. More. Motto. 1800. I want 2500. So basically, in this plane it takes ages. 2000. Now I'm about to stall again. Attack the A point. Yeah, indeed. Follow me, guys. Affirmative, he got the idea. I can't see the enemies. I think the radar actually identifies friend for follow, you know, it's not historical by any stretch of the imagination. And when he puts the bar below the arrow like that, what does it mean? That's something I'll have to discover, maybe Nix knows. I see, the arrow on radar. Well, it's just one arrow but two planes. I know, Nix, you told me. Okay, we're in good position. Let's try and save that guy. If indeed the one shooting is the enemy, I'm going to assume the worst scenario. There's a lot of contacts here though. Wait, I better not go below this altitude. I already lost quite a bit. Also because this plane takes so long to go back up. But now is the time to follow. Okay, it's the friend, I followed the wrong one. He's the enemy then. Oh, he crashed. You killed my friend. No, that's a friend too. I ask for cover because now I'm exposed. And for absolutely nothing. That's the culprit. That's the one who killed the friend. It's the Spitfire, right? It must be the moto guy. The ace killer. Okay, you got him. No, it was a P-47. It was a P-47. Ah, okay. Everyone's using a premium plane today, it seems. We have P-47s all around, both friend and foe. That's French, I think. That kind of naming scheme is usually French, yeah. A French bomber. Now it's going to be hard going back at altitude with this thing. I'm also slightly overreading. To take part in that combat is bound to be dangerous. Let's check out 6 from time to time. Okay, I'm covered by the P-47. That's an enemy big plane, I think. Must be an anchor. Chasing a fighter, it seems. I wish I could climb easily, but it's not the fastest thing, so he's also coming towards me. It's an anchor. He's also going in a spin. But you never know. I better shoot him a bit. See, the fact that I made so slow sometimes comes useful. Oh my god. Okay, let's leave him at that. I should have scored a bit by hitting him. I captured 2 objectives. Where are these assistances? Oh, well, okay, because I am firing at the enemy. Just don't get the kills. What is that? These are both friends, I think, but I'm not sure. No, in fact they aren't. The one behind should be the enemy. White tracers, you see? Ooh! You sucker. How dare you? You lose an eye. Now he's putting himself behind. Ooh. That's an enemy! Oh shit, that's an enemy. No, he killed him. No. He killed Mark Pedro, the guy that saved my butt earlier. Let's avenge him at least. And okay, we avenge him well. Tony's wing. And here's the other enemy. Look how well the Hellcat turns. Well, not well enough to follow that guy. Also, I see a more inviting target there. Hi, thank you for liking my post. I didn't read your name, I'm sorry. And now it's disappeared. Okay, this is much more inviting as a target. Let's try to put myself behind him. Also because he doesn't seem very much aware of the danger. He's basically flying straight. I ask for cover because now I'm low. Very low. Someone hit the ground, judging by the sound, coming from my left. And Come on. I think he's going down. Yeah. What's my ammo? Ooh, he carries a lot of ammo like all American plane. Finally the luck is starting to turn. 2 player kills in a row. It's always like this. When you start to kill, you kill a lot. Well, but it's the power of the haircut, really. This is an amazing plane. I like it a lot. Probably at least as much as the Mustang, at least. I won't say more because I said earlier that the Mustang is my favorite, but this is another favorite of mine. At least up to now. I'm still at tier 3 with the American planes. I keep saying tier, whereas I should say era, but I played so much World of Tanks that by now I make that mistake all the time. $2,700 points. What is that? What is that? Oh, of course I'm very low again. It's so annoying to go back upwards with this thing. At least until I upgrade the engine. Look at this, I'm also overheating. I'm not undamaged. I'm not damaged, by the way. No one hit me.
Cover me. I agree.
We're capturing. Yes. Good. I like it. But still enemies in the territory.
We're done. Gramercy. Returning to the airfield.
I followed this one. No, it looks like a lightning, okay. Oddio. Oh my god, no, I mean, it could be... No, there's an Italian plane that is shaped like the lightning, but it wasn't it. These are parachutes, okay. They shoot down a big thing. Friendly, that's the Spitfire from before. Ah, Max Tooth is back, good, he's a good player. Nice to have him here. I don't know anyone else. Yeah, the other guy that plays with VR on Twitch, usually, I said it's online at my same times, but it's not correct. He's already online when I come and goes away after a while, so that's the reason we're no longer meeting him. I would like to fight that guy, he seems very good. I seen him, I watched him a bit, his name is Kane, he's a good player. Like most VR players are, by the way, because this kind of technology really helps you when you're doing air combat. Ah, this is the city with the huge church. Here it is. And I wonder what the hell that thing is. It's named Francofonte, because I wanted to Google it the other day and couldn't find it. It seems unbelievable that such a tiny town has that size of a church. I'll have to remember it. Francofonte. Francofonte is the place. I was looking for it the other day all the time. I wanted to speak about it on stream. There are some big churches in Sicily, but that's completely unlikely. I did some damage. Ah, already he comes back. Look how he turns well. It's not going to help you. I will send you spiraling down to the huge church. Oh god, that's the the enemy airfield. No, I overflew the enemy airfield. What a stupid thing to do. What a way to die. I was overflying the enemy airfield. What the hell? No. Splash. Okay. At least I discovered the church again. I guess. But the points aren't too bad. Because is there anything to bomb? Because I like destroying the tank. No, nothing at the moment. Ah, the convoy. Why don't we go for the convoy with the Jax bombs? Enemy convoy F3. I guess I'll try and do it. Seems like a fun endeavor. Let's try and destroy the convoy. If I line myself well, I can take out at least 2 or 3 vehicles with the bombs of the Jag. Unless an enemy intercepts me en route. I'll try to ask for help, to be followed. Maybe there's something I can say in the pre-record, or maybe I will say it on chat. Well, let me first take off. No, but I better not use the chat because I'm not sure about the key. If I told the entire match, including the enemy, I'm attacking the enemy convoy, that would be the stupidest thing. I better not do that. I look among the pre-recorded phrases. I don't even know which key I have to press though. No, I won't do even that. I'll just ask for cover. It's the universal call. Well, first let's gain altitude. Yeah, but it's not going to convey the meaning unless I say something specific. I wish I knew which. Here it is. Cover me, report, maybe attack. Well, but attack enemy troops isn't clear. It's not the troops. I want to attack the convoy. What the hell did I press to open that thing, by the way? I'm messing up my climb. Okay, there's already someone covering. That's even better. He's just asking for cover in the same area. That removes the need for trying to fumble with like that. Maybe I just say follow me. No, I said cover. Well, it's okay. I mean, they will get my meaning. That's what I need after all. If they come swooping down while I'm lumbering about with the 3 huge bombs under the fuselage, is going to look very bad. Bravo, bravo. They call you from the position where I am, by the way. And I usually prefer them not to, because it means there's combat, and I'm carrying the bombs currently. But if I hit the convoy hard, it's going to be worth a lot of points. I think it's worth the risk. It's also very close to the enemy base that shot me down earlier, while having a lot of fun with the haircut, so I'll have to be careful with this. The problem is, once you start to fight the other fighters, you tend to forget where you are. You should always be checking the maps from time to time. That's possibly an enemy. Damn it. And this changes program. It's completely different now. I cannot stay with the bombs. I have to drop now. I'm basically very much at risk of dying. No longer have any opportunity of attacking the convoy. Help me! Somebody cover me! Please! I'll also make some green smoke. Okay, that's a P-38. But now I'm very, very slow. I don't have much altitude. I'll have to extend as soon as he comes back. Ah, damn it, I would have had so much fun shooting down the con. Strangely, he doesn't dance that much. But here he comes, he's going to come eventually. No. Is he having problems? Look how he moves. It's strange. He lost control. He actually ejected from the plane. What the hell? And now I dropped my bombs for nothing. That's the stupidest thing. I was looking for a fight. I won't even have that. Okay, now we're basically a normal fighter. He made me drop my bombs and then he killed himself. What the hell, man? What the fuck? Who? What the fuck? No, I called for backup, Nix. I also dropped my bombs. Then he ejected himself. I don't know why. Maybe he lost control. He went into a spin or something. I've been calling for support like the last 3-4 minutes. That's the reason someone came actually. I had good cover, but it wasn't really necessary. Yeah, and indeed. Quite. And also now I no longer have the bombs. I wanted to attack the convoy. Look at that. Let's do the thing that this plane does best. The dive attack. As I was saying earlier, Nix, now I have the G suit. So I feel much safer when I do this. I no longer black out as easily. That's the enemy, right? I hope so, because I'm aiming for him. It seems very inviting. Dropping down like a rock. Basically, it's the job of this plane. But he was already falling, I think, right? I got the kill. He bailed, for some reason. But he looked like that guy also bailed. I don't know, everyone's probably taking crazy pill. And here's the other fighter. I'm calling for help again. Maybe I'll annoy the team to death, but at least I won't die as easily. Okay, shooting well. I turned off the smoke, by the way, yes, that would have been stupid. Look at Nelitov in his French ground attack plane. I've seen it once or twice during the match. I don't know what he's doing, presumably he's going after ground targets in that team. That's falling, okay. So, also deep fried snail. The deep fried snail is dead. You say I should have got the kill from that guy. Well, I don't know. It's possible, I mean, I have some kills. What did I see? Ooh, don't lose control now, man. But when it's going down towards the ground is the moment this plane is stronger, basically. You never lose control while you're doing that. It's built to do that. To fall like a rock. And that's the reason it has to stay high. Unlike what I'm doing now. And of course I paid the price. Okay, well, but I did get 2 kills, right? So it wasn't a waste. Actually I come to bomb the convoy. But still I did something. Maybe I can go with the Hellcat again now. Let's see. Got killed by the BF-109. Okay. No, I cannot go with the Hellcat again. Then I guess it's the Mustang's turn. Let's go for the classic. This is under attack, by the way, F3. I want to risk it. I want to show you the action as soon as possible. Let's take off from the F3 that is under attack. Normally you wouldn't do that. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now I'm back in the sniper plane. 4,000 points, come on, 5 kills, that's not bad. I died more this time. But also I was robbed of some kills, in my opinion. Well, the first death wasn't really on me, that guy came crashing into me. It's very fast in a straight line for a long time. Yeah, but it takes its damn time to accelerate, whereas when you go downwards it's like... Shoo! And I had a lot of fun doing it earlier. But of course, the problem is what comes later, and what actually came also this time. Because when you're that down low, it's hard to go back upwards. And they're going to get you. Look at this, already heated combat. They're coming whichever direction, it's a complete mess. Okay, that was that was gang raped, to say the least. And let's see if this is... I don't know, it could be a BF. What does he look like? No, it's a friend, it's a friend. We captured the zone. Did I get the points for it? Yes. What is this? No, it cannot be an enemy. It's fight to the airfield. An enemy wouldn't do it. Let's give time to these guys so they can come to the sky also, and in the meantime I go upwards and try to reach an ideal altitude for the oncoming fight. But actually the fight is still going on, look at that. Okay. Let's be the player 3 of the situation. That's the enemy, isn't it? Feels like it. Yes, with red tracers coming straight on, and now we got him. That's a shame. Well, that's... I should have said good kill, my friend, good kill. Here's another one, possibly. That looks like a lightning, but it isn't. No, it is. Okay, it's the lighting. So there are people that actually use that plane. Because I cannot use it well, it's such a big target for the enemy. I tried it once, but I immediately switched to another plane. There's an objective above the Lake of Lentini. No, I cannot leave it. The Lake of Lentini, my favorite place on the Sicily map. The convoy is still there in Francofonte, by the way, but now I'm not carrying bombs. 1600, I don't think it's enough. That, for instance, could be an enemy. Let's go. Let's go. Higher. Higher. I want 2500 at least. We're capturing now. Also very slow, so I better check my 6. Apparently we're safe. I pulled the stick too much and already the Mustang tries to do its thing. Everyone's flying so low, as usual. They're listening to the call of the lady of the lake. $380. Okay, this is a good assortment of potential targets. There's a big one that is always very inviting. No, someone came from even higher. You see what I say, you can never be high enough. Completely start killed. Damn it. And now I cannot spawn again in the lightning. I mean in the Mustang. Should I make one final crazy attempt with this thing? I also can use the universal ammo now. Okay, before disregarding completely the lightning, one sortie in it. It will probably be my last sortie, by the way. Yes, Max 2, in a Spitfire. Well, the other match went better, but still, if you look at the assortment of kills, including the ground one and the score, this isn't too bad either. Yeah, I still don't understand it, Nix. I mean, I believe it's meant to be a fast plane, but probably I have to unlock more stuff because it becomes that before it can be as fast as it would need to. I've read so many good things about the Lightning. I once read a book where it was called probably the best fighter of World War II, but playing in War Thunder I just cannot see it. It's huge. It's so easy for the enemy to be hit. Very hard to do B and zoom. Yeah, indeed, boom and zoom. It turns well for being so big, but still it is big, so how can you miss a target such as this? It's basically a fire in a bomber's shell, so to say. The armament is good. The weaponry is there, that's sure. It can do a lot of damage. It's a good bomber hunter like that, but also when you're chasing the bomber, like I did earlier, the rear gunner wrecks you, because how can he miss? You're basically wider than the bomber itself. He looks so strong in the old NES games, the shooters, the one with the top-down view. 1942, what was it called? They also made an arcade version of it. Quite the game in its day. I'm speaking late 80s, early 90s, or something like that. They had a very recognizable music that I still kinda remember, but let's see what we have there. Better not digress too much. I'm basically going there like a lumbering fool on this actual gigantic plane, so I'll be very exposed. We're capturing. Yes, we're capturing, that's a good sign. Then this must be mostly friendly. And I think that's an enemy trying to get on his tail. Let's see. Okay, well, we had certainly good cover now. I'm betting on that guy. He looks enemy to me. But maybe... No, okay, that's the friend and that's the enemy. Let's test the power of these guns. We're still too far. Don't mind if I steal your kill, buddy. It's a stable plane. I mean, with these wings, it better be. Okay. Did I steal the kill? Yeah, I did. This is probably my first kill in the lightning simulation mode, so it feels good even though it probably wasn't completely my merit. So it can work. It's stable. That's the main thing you notice, especially after the Mustang. You never lose control on this thing. Should I don't know, it feels right. No, but I cannot hit him at this distance. Nor can I follow him. Not with this big thing. The elephant plane. We had supremacy in B5. So, did we capture this objective? I wonder. And I'm at 6 kills now, no? Come on, I recovered. They also carry a lot of ammo. I bet that's expected for such big planes. Still see enemies. Let's look at this. That's a friend, okay. Is that an enemy? No, maybe it's not an enemy. There's a lot of ground troops there. I wish I carried the bombs. Too bad I'm not. No! Who shot me? Who did this? No, one engine is damaged. Good thing I have 2 on this thing. Who shot me? Ah, here it is. It's going upwards. The other guy is following him. No, but there's another one. I hear sounds of shots. Ah, as I said, how can they miss me when I'm so big? But didn't I? No, I'm getting... No, I'm not about the base. I had this horrible suspect. Oh, look at this. They're low indeed. That's the friend, so that's the enemy. I'll try to anticipate the turn. And now that's a good chance. It's a big thing. Disappear. Where the fuck? Here it is. Became completely invisible for a moment. I think I'm too far. And I'm also too slow. It's not going to work. Maybe we're getting worried. It's so slow. 400. What the hell? This thing is also slow. I mean, it's got 2 engines. 2. Probably the PA2 from the Russians. So the Russian side is even faster, even though it's a ground attack plane. Here you come into my target. Nice move, man. Let's push the limit of the turning. Okay, you cannot turn that well. But it turns. For its size, it kinda turns, I mean. Also finding something that is even bigger than me. It's got more energy though. That's never a good thing. Is he smoking? No, not yet. I'll ask for help. I'm very exposed. Come on, man. What's my ammo? No, I have plenty of ammo. I can shoot whatever I want. Did I hit him? I think so. Still not damaged. You cannot climb that well in that thing. Come on, it's too big. What do you want to do? Ooh, there you go in the lake. Here you go. I'm almost destroying also the parachute. What was I meant? Is the fight on the map by making my perform worse than normal combination? What I meant is the light on the map. Ah, yeah. No, but I mean, I understood your meaning. Oh! 2 of them! I'm paying the price for staying so low for so long. But still, I did get the bomb. And I also going in the lake. At least we sleep in good company, guys. And I guess that's it. Let's see at the rip of the day. I'd have to leave now, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I'm second in my team. I have an even number of kills and deaths. Plus, there's that very good match we had earlier. So it evens out. I think it was a good session. It was indeed. I've had fun. I hope you also had it. And I earned another 30,000 credits. 2200. I have the decal. I have the useless. No, it's a modification. You can get modifications from this. For the FOU. Not die. That's not too bad. Base Catcher, Ground Force Rescue, Professional 6 times, Avenger, and a series of Shadow Strike. And another Mark of Distinction. Come on, that was a good match. Did I unlock some other pieces for the planes, maybe? No. But I'm already... I can buy these. They're not going to discount for the end of the year, right? Well, I'll wait for buying it. It's the P61. I'll have to read on it before buying. 140,000 credits. They start to cost quite a bit. I'm almost a ranked 4 after all. Thank you, Nix. Well, at least I did get the bomber. So, guys, I guess the stream is coming to an end. As always, I will be back in about... what is it? 5 to 6 hours, and I will play driving games this time since I have this wheel here and now I want to use it all. So I'll go with the rally game. I also bought the DLC. Yesterday we had a lot of fun with the viewers, and I'll be certainly glad to have you. In the meantime, bye bye, ciao from Italy, see you soon. Bye Nix, thank you for showing up as always. The P51, is it good? You will tell me on comments, I know. Now I have to close the stream, I'm sorry. Bye, see you soon.